Hello and welcome to What's on the Tape, where I take 40-year-old ZX Spectrum tapes, you know, those ones we made as a kid, and attempt to load them and play them today. Right, so this is the little lot we've got this time round. It's the start of a brand new sort of 10 episodes before a break anyway. So these are the ones I've got for this one, and there's some classics amongst this. Well, obviously I had to have gold, because that was, if you've seen the sort of run up on my sort of social media elements of it, we have the gold one. And in this, actually quite like this. I've never seen these tapes before, by the way. I think they're called, what they're called, Uni Micro? It's under there, or Micro Uni, or Uni Micro, yeah. Well, this one's got, as you can see on there, Knight Rider on it. I rather like the tape, actually. A bit sort of untwisted off there, but I kind of like the tape. I like how clear it is. Look at that, nice and clear. You can see through it. Kind of like that one. Anyway, yeah, so Uni Micro. I don't know if there's anything on the other side, but we'll give it a try. So I thought we'd give that one a go, because, well, it's gold. It's kind of cool. I kind of like the sort of the title of it. I also like the fact that it also looks like, from the way it's named, that it's for Timex. Look, Timex as well. Anyway, so we're going to do that one. We've got on here Combat Links, which is an amazing game from Durell, well worth playing. Bullseye, it says it won't load, but we'll give it a try anyway. Bullseye is in the TV series, the what's it called? Quiz show, wasn't it? Quiz show with it. Bullseye was a sort of an old favourite of the sort of, was ITV, wasn't it? It was an ITV programme where they threw darts, and they also drank. I don't think they drank beer, but they might have done. It feels like a show where they drank beer back in the was it 70s and 80s, I think Bullseye was. Anyway, so we've got those ones, and that's a classic, by the way. That's an amazing game. We're not going to get very far because I don't know all the controls, and I was trying to find my copy of it and I can't find it. I'm not going to gloss over it. We're not going to gloss over it. I'm going to do this one, even though I know for a fact it's actually a cover tape. But Roast Race is one of my favourites, and I always like it when somebody goes to the trouble of drawing a picture of the cars. So they've gone to the trouble of drawing those covers. These sort of covers appear occasionally on What's on the Tape, and they're quite amazing, where somebody's actually made the effort to sort of draw it and get it to work. So yeah, it's an exclusive game. I really wish Ocean had released it, because one of my favourites, bizarrely. I rather like that one. And the last one is, and you can see it, skiing. And it's the old Horace's. It's Horace Goes Skiing and Horace and the Spiders. So I thought that was a great way to start, with a bit of spider action and a bit of skiing action on the old John's Menzies tape. I'm going to show you them, actually, because I happen to have them handy. I did actually have these handy. So we got Horace Goes Skiing. We love Horace Goes Skiing. He's a classic. Although he's slightly a traitor, because he does actually appear on the Commodore 64. So but he is there on the Spectrum mostly. And then the Horace and Spiders, which is one of the first, which is probably the second Horace game I got after Hungry Horace, which is the first one that I ever got with my Spectrum. So yeah, Horace and Spiders, and actually I have Hungry Horace handy. There it is, old Hungry Horace. So kind of, I know there's a few more modern ones, but these are the main ones. These are sort of the OG ones. These are the OG originals. Anyway, without further ado, we'll get one of these into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we'll go down to our favourite, which is Basic, and load it, or load speech marks. We'll push the button. We've got Knight Rider first. You remember Knight Rider? Knight Rider back in the sort of 80s, the premium television content that we had as kids, the sort of the A-Teams, the Knight Riders, the Street Hawks, that's a bad start. That is so premium. There's premium content, you see. Of course, you can watch anything on the channel in any order you like. It doesn't really matter. The numbers are just arbitrary. Yeah, the premium content for What's on the Tape that doesn't work first time around, but we will get this to load, even if we have to use PlayZX, which is down in the comments below. But you'll need some kind of device that loads it. Basically, usually an Android device, something with a 3.5-inch mil jack. and something with a car adapter, which you can find on Amazon. There's details on in the description below. It's all there. We're doing well here with Knight Rider. This is what we like to see. We like to see that things are not going to go the way they should do. So we'll get the old PlayZX on the case, I think. It's always the way. Oh, Knight Rider. With enough knights in there. Knight Rider. I found a Knight Rider. Okay. Let's not continue on with that. That was the gold tape, by the way. I loved that. The cover of it. You see the cover when we started there. That's a little blue sort of fella. Reminds me of Rogue Trooper, sort of popping out of the red 4 red bars and the word gold at the bottom of it, just sort of saying hello to us and saying yes, this is the tape for you. This is the blank for you. It's not actually, because it didn't work. But if it was, it would have been the blank for us. That's definitely the one. Right, let's get this into the old tape drive. So they've got the music as well. You remember that? Remember it? No, probably not. Right, I've got the Spanish version here. It's shorter to load, which probably means it hasn't got any funny business going on, rather than the original Ocean version. And remember the sort of picture for this. It's got the Hasselhoff, the Hoff himself at the front. We've got old Hasselhoff. And behind it, Kit the car, which was almost virtually indestructible. But I always thought that the yoke in it, although it looked cool, was a bit stupid. It was a bit sort of odd as a sort of. It was a bit weird, wasn't it? It was just like a yoke kind of thing that was in the middle there, and there was all the screens and things, little TV screens, which is kind of cool. I guess nowadays most modern cars, have that sort of style of multi-layered digital displays. I mean, they're very handy. But got to admit, they're very handy. I've got many screens in my own car, at least 4, and a 5th one in the centre where it's all the sort of your radio and all that kind of stuff. But those sort of well, to be fair, that wraparound thing definitely happens in my car. But that sort of multi-layered sort of thing. So they knew at the time. They knew for the future. It was the lovely, delicious Pontiac that it was. Look at it there. And the Hoff, of course, has gone a bit overboard with the old fake tan, but I think it works. I don't know about you, when it's sort of red, maybe tangerine colour. It's gone a bit too far. It's not put on his chest, though, because that's just the pure hairiness that'll be there down the bottom. But the thing about this is, I can't remember if he was law enforcement or something similar, but he was obviously involved in some kind of crash, and then his name was changed to Michael Knight. And he had the face of somebody else. Now, you knew the other person was evil, because the other version of Michael, the other knight that was involved in this, he was like, it was obviously exactly the same as the Hasselhoff, which is surprising considering the amount of makeup that was required to make the Hasselhoff look like him. But obviously the big difference there between the two was he had a moustache and a goatee beard, a little slither of one down the middle, just and you could tell that he was a bad guy, because of course that was sported by Satan himself. So you knew he was bad, because Satan had the same moustache and a little goatee beardy bit. So you knew he was a bad guy. It was amazing. But the thing about this is, apart from the intro sequence with the lone whatever it was story, the sort of lone gunman type thing, as he's sort of going through the desert in his Pontiac with the light flashing of Kit at the front, woo type thing, I was like, wasn't it? Woo. We all wanted one of those. I don't know about you, but everybody I knew as a kid wanted one of those. Just like, Dad, get one of those for your Cortina. But that was cool. It went along the front like that. And it was going through a desert. There was a lot of purple involved. There was a lot of purple. There was also the TV shows, wasn't there? There was Knight Rider 2000, which was a complete flop, I believe, as a TV series. I never even saw it. It was that it sort of didn't affect me that much. But the story thing did. I mean, it was a do-gooder thing, wasn't it? Michael comes and helps somebody, does a bit of do-gooding. We're all good. You know what I mean? That was the general sort of state of play for the whole thing. It was. But then we've got the music. Yeah, anyway, right. Okay, so what do we have to do? Good morning, Michael. It's always good morning, Michael.
Only when they want something. Devon has just... Oh, it was that blonde woman, wasn't there, that that sort of worked with Devon, wasn't there? Inform me of a terrorist activity. It's very slow. In Chicago. Right, we'll go to Chicago then. So move up and down. I've worked out the keys. Got them. Not standard ones, but there we go. So we're going to drive to Chicago at a high speed. I don't know why it shoots automatically, though. It's a bit weird. So I have to kind of drive along the road. It's a bit crap, actually. I'll be honest. So we drive along the road. I'm going up to 240 miles per hour. It's a decent speed. It's a good speed. It's the speed that all boy racers wish that they could achieve. That yoke just looks terrible now, doesn't it? It really does. It's just so inefficient as a way to drive you. Slow. Come on. I'm trying to get off the... This is some corner I'm on here. I'm trying to steer away. Don't blow up. Kit's meant to be indestructible. Come on, the blue side of the road is not meant to hurt me. Right. I can't steer away. I'm stuck on the edge of the road here. This is working well. We're about to blow up. Kit's about to blow up. I remember the episode where they made another vehicle that was as strong and powerful as Kit. Do you remember that? It was like, oh my god, I've got all the damage. There was the vehicle that they made as strong and powerful as Kit. Oh my god, I'm right at the edge of the road. I'm going to blow up. I really am going to blow up. Strong and powerful as Kit. They made this truck and it hit Kit and it broke him. And then I'm sure it became Cat or something like that after that. Do you remember this? This road is crap, by the way. It's really bad. I'm accelerating to high speeds as well, again, at an angle. Right, yeah. I'm suffering a bit with damage here. I hope this stays straight now for the next... I'm stuck at 100 miles per hour. Can't go any faster. I can only do 100 because I've damaged the car so badly. The damage is going down, though. It's good news. These turns are terrible. Absolutely awful. But yeah, that's one of the episodes that stands in my mind, basically, of Knight Rider. I'm pretty sure there is another Knight Rider game. I know there's a Street Hawk game, but I'm pretty sure there's a single dual version of Knight Rider. I'm pretty sure that exists, but I don't know. I'm just making this up. Or did it exist? I feel like it was like a platform version of this. Platform version of, or is it a platform version of Street Hawk? Because Street Hawk was really cool. Actually, I'm surprised we don't see more Street Hawk, by the way. That was a sort of policeman on a motorcycle, wasn't it? And with the machine guns attached. I don't remember Kit having a laser, or maybe he did. I don't know. I'm getting old now. Can't remember these things. Did Kit have a laser? Don't remember a laser. And didn't he become Cat later as well? It's very sarcastic from my memory. I don't know what the Scuds are. Is that the bad guys? Oh, not again. That's fine. Just... Can we just blow up at least? We don't blow up. It seems we don't blow up. Time seems to be the factor here. It's a dreadful start. Come on, road. Give way and let me drive at 100 miles per hour. Not 240. Honestly, I'm not even kidding. With this is dreadful. What a game! Can you imagine buying this as a double duel as a kid? Oh, I want Knight Rider parents. Parents buy Knight Rider, unimpressed completely by it. This is your AAA of the time, isn't it? This is your number one sort of money spending game. This is what you spent all your cash on as a kid. All of it. You know, this would have been £7.95. Today's money about 40 quid. You'd have spent 40 quid on this baby. To be as delighted with it, and to be faced with this, where it doesn't even matter if you're sort of driving on not into anything. I think the 38 on the side of the screen, the scuds, is my distance to it. So it's K for laser. Can Kit auto drive? It would be nice if Kit could auto drive. It seems that Kit's auto shooting. Because it'd be more fun for it to shoot things than have Kit do it. I think we're almost there. Oh look, he's making me points by shooting stuffs. Not very impressive. But this is premium telly back in the day. Premium Saturday watching. Sort of when you're watching your A-Team or your Knight Rider, the games. These. No wonder we wanted games for it. However, to be fair, can you imagine the games? Did you see the games we got? To be fair to them all, though, the only one that really stands out for me is Street Hawk. Street Hawk was actually very good. The rest of them, this one, not particularly good. We had what else was the other one I'm thinking of? There is an A-Team game for the Spectrum, but it never made it to the UK. It's Spanish, I believe. It's actually okay. It's a bit Operation Wolfy. But obviously, after you shoot them with an Uzi, they get up and walk away, which is what happened in the A-Team every time, if you remember. Nobody died in the A-Team. Oh, we're in the armory now. Let's go to the armory. So we've got to get past the guards without being spotted. Right. Going this way. There's a guard there. Going to avoid being spotted. Be careful, Michael. The guards are going to savage you. Uh-oh. I've got past. I'm on the way. People, we are here. Did I do it? I can see a packing slip. Michael, it seems that some rifles have been delivered to the Las Vegas. This is a very suspicious. I can see a packing slip, Michael. Right, okay, I've got it. Right, so we've got to go to Las Vegas now. Where's Las Vegas? That's Denver. Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. Where are you sending me to? There's no point in going to Washington. What's Atlantis? Is Atlanta close? We have to go to so you have to go to Denver to be able to get to Las Vegas next. So we have to go to Denver first. Oh, I am the shooter now. I'm the shooting thing now. Why am I shooting now? I don't understand. Hang on, now I've got to shoot. That doesn't make any sense. What are you doing? So I'm the turret thing now. Right, I'm using the laser now. Boom, boom. But we're not driving though, Kit. Come on, Kit, move the car. Don't understand. Can't see the laser, but we can hear it. It makes us like a little sort of pathetic little noise. Yeah. Let's move on. Let's. I think we've had about enough of Knight Rider to last a lifetime. Let's move on. What we got here? We've got Combat Links next. Right. Okay. Combat Links. The thing about Combat Links, you've got to remember, glorious game. Huge clamshell box, massive Durell clamshell box with the old blue Durell tape with the Durell embossed on the tape, so you knew it was an original version of it. This was by a company that still exists to this day. They still exist. Durell still exists. They make insurance software. They've made it through the 80s. I'm assuming that the quality of their oh, this isn't very good. Let's try again. Quick another load, and then we'll go to PlayZX if that's the case. They still exist to this day. They're a company that have made their money with computer. I don't know how much they made. I wonder how much they made. I bet they made quite a lot. Right, that's not a good start. Right, okay, right. We'll rewind that tape in there. We'll find Combat Links on PlayZX and we'll go from there. But Combat Links, I just remember how the beauty of of this thing, the gigantic box, the large sort of scale plastic sort of clamshell that was involved in it. Just beautiful, absolutely fantastic sort of game. Here we go. Let me just push the play button. We'll get this going. There we go. A bit of loading going on. So a fantastic sort of the links, of course, on the front of it, take a picture from the British Army itself. This is sort of pre-Apache helicopters. It was I guess a sort of a 2-man transport stroke, a rapid response. It had missiles attached to it. It would sort of on the side, missile launchers for shooting down tanks and things like that. And it was sort of a rapid response thing. And the game itself, it's so beautifully crafted, but it contains a great deal of buttons. I mean, like, so many buttons, you can't believe how many buttons are involved in it. There's loads of buttons in it. But it's a beautifully crafted design of a game. It looks really, 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 really beautiful. It's from the cover with the links on it to the manual itself, again with the links on there, quite a thick manual, and the cassette itself, you felt like you were getting your money's worth with this. It was a lovely little design. I mean, this is 1984, so this is 2 years after the ZX Spectrum's been released. Did Gerald do anything for the ZX80 and ZX81? I don't know. I feel like these guys jumped in head first. I mean, the company themselves published some of the greatest Spectrum games, from Combat Links to Scuba Dive to Saboteur and Saboteur 2, and of course same by Mike Richardson, the man who developed the game that probably started the revolution that is Grand Theft Auto. He designed Turbo Esprit, and effectively that was they said it themselves when they first re-released the top-down version of the game itself as DMA designs before it became the Rockstar that we know now. They actually designed they designed it after playing as kids, I guess, the original Turbo Esprit. I mean, Turbo Esprit itself is a massive thing. It's massive. It's a huge map. It's a huge area. You get three cities you get in it, and it's quite alive for what it is. And considering it's on a 48K rubber-keyed Spectrum, the machine that 5+ million people in the UK decided to buy back in the day. I mean, you got to put that in context. The number of sales of Spectrums, 5 billion Spectrums. There was 1.5 million sales, roughly, of BBC Micros. There was about 1.5 million sales of Amstrad CPCs. Yeah, okay, the Commodore worldwide eclipsed the UK with a number of sort of 12 million. But in the UK alone, it probably didn't reach those kind of... It probably reached the numbers of that of the BBC Micro, the Amstrad CPC. It's just amazing that this was a home machine. And yeah, okay, a lot of people bought it because they wanted to play games, and I get that, and I know that annoyed Sir Clive Sinclair, and it probably, it's going to worry now, R.I.P. and all that kind of stuff, but it did. I'm sure it annoyed him, but to be fair, he managed a revolution in home computer software, something that didn't happen in other countries in the world as such, outside of... I guess Europe had its thing, and the Eastern Bloc sort of nicked the processors and stuff like that. So there was a thing that happened in this geographic area over that happened in the US, and where the US often talk about the crash of the gaming crash of the 80s. Which didn't affect the Europe at all. It's not a thing for us. The fact that their markets were flooded with poor sort of cartridge-driven machinery. They would have been better, with a decent home micro running project as such. We had home micros. They were much more inexpensive. Games cost $1.99. They were cheap. It was a great way to sort of, I guess, run the whole sort of industry. Some days I feel the need that I know I wax lyrical about all kinds of stuff on this channel, but And there are plenty of other episodes, by the way, that you can watch. They're all on here. Have a little watch. Look at this shooting tanks. It is a machine. Look at it. It's going. But yeah, there's a sort of I know I go on about sort of the AAA industry, but I've been here. Most of us who are watching this right now, I'm going to assume not many younger people are watching this, but a certain age group watching this, you've lived through the entire sort of gaming thing up to this point. The 70s and then the early 80s, where it all sort of started to begin and grow and change, and the consoles and things like that. Here we go. Just don't tell on me. I've got a copy of the garage. Guarantee you, I have. I just couldn't find it. Anyway, I say garage. It's not a garage, by the way. It's actually a storeroom now. We've had it all fitted out, so it's nice and storeroomy. Anyway, K for keyboard, I think. Yep. Here we go. Up, down, left, right. Faster, slower. Oh my God. West, east, north, south. Enable, fire. Left arm, right arm. Sight on. Oh, sight up, down, left, right. Pause. Sound. Message. 1, 2, 3. That's unbelievable. That's so many controls. Skill level 1. Okay, it's generating the map. Or it will be. Here we go. Up we go. I just want to show you this to begin with. Look at this. I love the animation on this as it turns. Look at that. Can I enable? Ends for map. Right, let's put some speed on. Left arm. Right arm. More speed. We are zipping through the countryside. Flying through the mountains. It's like something from 28 Days Later. Or 28 Years Later. Or whatever one we're on to. Avoiding Swedish soldiers and Ralph Fiennes. and dodgy references to dead celebrities, because there's a little house there as well. I'm not sure what we're doing, but I just want to show you how absolutely glorious this is. It's a beautiful, beautiful looking game. I don't know where I am. That's me enabling. Missile alert! Whoa! I found some combat anyway. Slower. I've got my target on now. Fire! I got out of fire. I found some bad guys and I've lost them. It's so amazing. I mean, honestly, the amount of effort that went into building this game is just unreal. The fact that it managed to achieve the feeling of mountainsides, the way it looks, honestly, it is fantastic, and I'm completely doing it no justice whatsoever right this moment in time. None at all. Absolutely none. I'm really not. I'm sort of showing you the basics, but not actually showing you anything good. I'm really not. Right, we're going to move on, though. That is so worth playing. I mean, it's worth at least owning a copy of it, just simply because the clamshell is amazing. So big. Definitely unplayable on something like the ZX Vega, but definitely playable on the sort of, on a normal Specky, or even the new Spectrum. The Spectrum, as it's called, isn't it? The Spectrum. I like the. Why is it called the Spectrum? I kind of, could have called it something else. What we got here? Did that rewind? Oh, it didn't rewind. Oh. I put that in there to rewind it, and it didn't rewind. So we're moving on to Bullseye. Now, interesting enough, more things that my wife mentioned while we were talking about this is that, and I had to look it up, to be honest, to confirm this, but apparently Bullseye, which was obviously Jim Bowen and a sort of darts-related program as such, it was all about the darts. I'm going to have to go get up I'm gonna have to go grab a coffee. I've drank it beforehand today, and I'm not normally. I'm not gonna grab a coffee. I'm gonna go grab a drink. I normally get one early, and I have sort of little one through it, and I've drank it beforehand here. It's really bad, and I'm getting a dry throat, not a sore throat, a dry throat. I do talk a lot for some reason. I don't know if you've noticed. It might pass you by. There might be nothing that you've noticed before about it. I'm gonna go grab it quickly. Hang on a second. 1 second. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna press the play button on here. You just stay there. 1 second. Stay. Don't go anywhere. 2 minutes. 2 seconds, in fact. 2 seconds. 10 seconds. You just stay there. Stay. Behave. Behave. I'm back in a second. I'm back. I'm really sorry about that. It's just forgot to. I've got a fizzy pop. I will have fizzy pop. Oh, open the fizzy pop. There we go. Nice fizzy pop. That's a fizzy pop. Yep, definitely needed that. Right, okay. So, Bullseye. Back in the day, there's a few stories to go with this sort of stuff. I mean, it was a sort of darts game. You had kind of, I guess, darts. You get, what was it? You don't get two in the bed or something similar when you're throwing things. I mean, it's one of those things where I just expected everybody to be drinking a pint and smoking a fag. It was that kind of thing, wasn't it, with Jimbo and back on the old ITV days. That's kind of how I felt about sort of Bullseye. Everybody who lived in the West Midlands had a motorboat and nowhere to actually put it on. That was my favourite part about it, And of course the obvious sort of VCRs or a part of a caravan probably with a motorboat attached to it. But one of those kind of things. It was a kind of program like that, and. The thing that amused me most about this sort of stuff, program was that it was a bit weird, wasn't it? It was literally like answering questions and throwing darts at the same time. It was kind of, yeah. I suppose nowadays, if it was a modern day version of it, it would probably be called, Luke Littler's Bullseye, wouldn't it, or something like that. You'd probably have him hosting it maybe in a few years' time. That's probably where, when he gets to around 52 or 53, probably want to retire from the from snooker. That's the snooker. He doesn't play snooker, he plays darts. But he'd probably retire, because he is kind of round about age, isn't he? He's something about playing darts obviously ages you significantly. He's 17. He looks. My son's the same age as him, and my son looks like he's 10. Luke, on the other hand, looks like he's 50 plus. I'm not sure how that happens. But I said, my wife reminded me something about Bullseye. They called him the Bullseye serial killer. Apparently it was an American, actually. I had to look it up, as I said. It was an American, and he was he basically committed many, I think it was 4 murders, lots of burglaries, and all manner of horrible things. I don't know whether the episode still exists. I'll probably find it online somewhere. But this American who lived in Wales, he committed all kinds of nasty things, and yeah, that's a good start. It's not worked. Let's list it and see if we can get it. Let's have a look. We'll see if anything. Oh, actually, hang on. Look, we'll list it again. The first line is the load code thing. So what if we skip to line 20? Let's just run it from line 20 and see whether that gets us into it. Aha! We're there. We're in. Alison Kerr, 1982. When about to throw, select as follows. Press S3 for a single, S for single, D for double, or T for triple. So I press S and 3 for single 3, T and 2 for double 2. So you press the letters. T to throw. Use the cursor case and 3 to throw. Or select the height and angle left. Right, okay, so Let's do level 2. Let's do... Oh, it's actually playing it. I don't know how to play this. I don't actually know how to play darts. I know it's got numbers involved. I quite like there's a lot of math involved. What's killer? Each player has a certain amount of lives on one double. The objective of the game is to kill the lives of your opponents by hitting their doubles. The program is arranged only that player knows his own double and a sleeper double and introduces that sleeper assignment or whatever. Practice doubles only. Play with opponent 1. Play computer. How many players playing? 2. How many lives? 3. Setting it up. There's only 2 players. Any key for a double? I think my double was 1 there. Double was 2. Oh, we're actually playing darts. I was hoping it was going to be the questions like the TV show. We'd actually have the questions involved. I can use the cursor keys. Ah! Right, so I have to throw it the double. And tee to throw. Did I hit it? Failed. Alright, so player 2 doesn't know... I know what my double is because I saw it flash up on the screen there. That's actually really awkward. Because my double was double 1. So this is... If I throw this as player 1... That failed. Oh, he's double 2, wasn't he? Hang on, player 2 at the moment. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to move over here to the 2. Throw. Oh. Nope. Retrieve the arch. Yes. The screen resets. Tell you what. I say I don't know much about darts. The best darts game I ever played, bizarrely, is the DS version of it. There's a DS version of Nintendo DS version of darts, and you have to throw it by swiping on the actual touchpad part of it at the bottom. It's kind of cool, actually. It does play quite well. Sega made it as well. Sega darts. I'm going to go up a bit here because that failed, but I also want. I know it's 1 that is his thing. Throw. Missed. I don't know what's going on here. I thought I knew what number it was. I'm sure it said 1 on the screen there when it flashed up. No. I'll be honest, that's not much fun to me. It's all right, but it's not brilliant. Let's carry on. Let us move on. Let us make our move towards the Horaces of the world. The Hungries and the No, well, it's not Hungry Horace, actually. It's Horace Goes Skiing and Horace and the Spudders. The old spiders. It's death spiders. But yeah, so yeah, they're very weird with old Bully and the whole thing. Now, the story that goes, though, with this as well is when I was a student, we used to have a bar that was called Bully's Bar. And the reason it was called Bully's Bar is that somebody had been on the Bullseye and actually had won one of the bullies, which is what you got when you came second. You got you get a bully and some darts. So it's a little rubberized bully. The one in our bar was absolutely wrecked. He looked like he'd been through the wars. But it was called Bullies as a result. So there we go. Very unexciting, but a thing that happened. Right, we've got Horace Goes. I think this is Horace and the Spiders first. So this was probably the second game I think I got from my Spectrum. So I got Hungry Horace with it, and I had this choice between Hungry Horace and Sheer Panic. Now, Sheer Panic I loved. There was just a man on the front of it. It was lovely comic book style, smashing an alien's brains in with either a spade or a hammer, one of the two. It was just crushing his brains. And there was that, or there was the beauty, the gorgeousness of the Sinclair-branded Horace, Hungry Horace, who, by the way, we often think of as only a mascot of the ZX Spectrum, but he also moonlighted briefly on the Commodore 64. but Horace and the Hungry Horace. There's a picture of Horace with beautiful dreadlocks. No, it's not his arm. Beautiful dreadlocks. A single green plant and a yellow background. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, delicious. You couldn't ask for more. Horace and his beauty of the Pac-Man-esque clone. I loved it. There he is as well. There's the man himself, right in front of us with Scion Computers and Melbourne House, of course, an Australian, the sort of producer of games. And the spectrum must have been quite large in Australia if these guys were creating games for it. Or it's either that or Scion was responsible for it. Either way, it never crossed my mind. I always thought Melbourne House was a British company. I did. I genuinely did. I mean, this will be, of course, the master of the Horaces, Mr. William Tang, who's created this one. But I always thought that was the case. But of course, there's Scion as well there, who's disappeared into obscurity after the days of the ZX Spectrum, and of course they were a producer of small handheld computers. And if you were in factories back in the 80s and 90s, you would have seen the Scion devices. These were the computer equivalent of the Nokia phone. They could kill a single man with a single swift throw of one of these solid little bricks with the 2-line LCD displays, which would contain your picking list, say for your sort of there we go, beautiful sort of beautiful flashing and sort of epilepsy inducing look of the screen. Beautiful stuff. Beam Software, 1983, beautiful. But anyway, but you would have had one of those Scion little machines. They were fantastic. They were a really brilliant game, brilliant device. And they just seem to lose their way, and they don't exist today, and they should have done. I remember the Scion 5 and things like that. There were some glorious little things. Maybe they should have opened their software up a bit like Google did with the Android devices to sort of to everybody, possibly a little easier to do. So we've got to jump past spiders and jump up a mountain cliff and land and jump over a spider. Then we've got to jump on one of these. And then jump to the next one before the spider pulls us up and tries to eat us. I'm gonna die. I've been serumed. I'm in a serum already. That's not good. Right, come on, spider. Where's your friend? Right, all your friends can come out, and I'll jump. Yeah, there we go. It sort of jumps automatically when you're close enough. Yeah, like that. And then we got to go down when we can. And he lands. It's a bit weird. And then there's this bit, which is where we have to encourage the spiders to come and to fall into parts of the nest, sort of. Right, he's there. Right, I need to go stomp on his head, and we've got to kill the spiders. It's really harsh, I know. Sorry, spiders, but needs must. Horace must kill. It's his modus. It's in life. He's like a bullseye serial killer. Unfortunately, that's not true. He's not a bullseye serial killer. I promise. He's a lovely man. There are future versions of this, but the first 3, which I showed you earlier, those are the originals. Those are the classics. So these sections get longer, by the way, as you clear off the. Oh, sugar! I've just impaled my testicles on the edge of a cliff there. Lost both of them. No serum going to solve that. Now I just did the same on a spider's face. Very wrong. Poor old Horace. Watch yourself, Horace. It's getting higher. Oh, no, we managed to make it. Just wait for all the spiders to come on before we do the Spider 4, please. Where are you? Sounded like something from Blind Date then. It was very 80s. There we go. Jump. Jump. There we go. We're making our way across. Actually, very good. It's not a bad little game. Little mini games to get to the original sort of, to the sections on here. 4 spiders now. Very much a danger time. Danger is here. Danger close. Oh, been bitten in the head by a spider. One less serum. And bitten again. Watch out. Yes, I know. There's a spider going to drop in that, please. If he gets free, unfortunately. If he gets free, though, unfortunately fills it. Go on, fall in there. Go on to the spider. Yes. But sheer panic, by the way, is this. It's this very game. It's like Digger Dan. It's sheer panic is exactly the same game, except probably not as well implemented as this game. However, this game has some problems. One of which is that the way you go up and down in levels can change. Oh, you cheeky so-and-so. It's dangerous to go on. No more serum. I'm dead. It's all over. But you know, Digger Dan and other games, but sheer panic, not quite as well implemented as this game. But I think this is an arcade game, but I can't remember its name. I'm sure you can remember and put it in the comments below for me. But I'm pretty sure there's actually an arcade game of the name where you basically dig the holes in the ground, they fall in, and you do things like that. There's Monsters from Hell for the Spectrum, which is a bit like that, where you sort of got to kill vampires by dropping them from a great height. Because we all know that above sort of the garlic, the silver the crosses and the silver and other things, that dropping vampires from a great height for creatures that can fly is the way to kill them. You know, if they forget that they can fly, they just drop and just squished on the floor, like all vampires should be. Now, I like this one. This is one of my favourite games because, in the sense of this is a game where literally the ambulances kill you. It's a beautiful thing. Horace must cross the most dangerous road in Australia before heading to the ski slopes. And I won't get this wrong again, by the way, because one of the previous videos many years ago, it's in the comments probably, you'll have to look. But I didn't know Melbourne House was in Australia. I also didn't know that in certain parts of Australia the mountains are high enough that they actually have ski resorts in their version of winter. That is amazing. I did not know that. So, and you probably didn't either. So now you know that too. But this skiing is the thing that the Australians do, and Melbourne House and Horace Goes Skiing, that kind of almost logically fits. It's mad to think this, but it does. It almost logically fits that they should do it. Now, my favourite part about this is all the things that can kill you are on the screen right now. There's a truck, there's a motorcycle, and there's a tree. Where you know, obviously Horace is a little bit swollen after jumping on the edge of the cliff from the previous game we played. He's about now to wrap them round a small conifer. So he does look quite shocked when you do wrap him around a conifer. I'll be honest, I do feel sorry for him. He looks a little bit injured when he does that. Used to love the game on the PlayStation 1. Cool Borders. Loved it. Brilliant time. But you can tell the age of games because there was a point where snowboarding was not a thing and skiing was the thing. Everybody used to ski. I remember as a kid on a school sort of trip to do some skiing, where we saw, and many people saw, boards for the first time appearing on the slope, and people were quite. They was very frowned upon. They were looked down upon. They were like, this is a very strange and an odd thing. The old snowboard, but they became very popular. So, and I think a bit like skateboarding, they became a thing that people would like and wanted to do. Anyway, William Tang again, giving us more eye-inducing splashing and noises. I love it. Very much an attract screen, that of an arcade game. I mean, it's just shout, "Oi, come and play!" So there's Horace on the demo mode, giving it running around the thing. I'm going to have a little drink. There's an ambulance fee coming. There's the ambulance to come and get you. So after you've been run over by the ambulance, an ambulance comes and collects you, not the ambulance that's just splattered your guts all over the road. And then you must make it across the ski to the slope. Anyway, I'm going to have a quick drink and then I'm going to play. Oh, it's delicious. It's just a bit fizzy, like it. Well, a bit fizzy. Right, time to play. So, I am Horace. I must first cross the road and purchase my skis and not get run over. That ambulance comes. There we go. Rescues me. And I've been run over by an ambulance. The very thing that you don't want to be run over by, because they go very, very fast. Come on. Go, go, go. I have skis. We are ready to ski. Go, Horace, go! We're going to ski. We're skiing. We're skiing. Horace is skiing. He is skiing. We're going to avoid the trees. We're not going to smash any of our anatomy against the tree. We've missed that first gate and it's getting upset. Score goes down if you miss a gate. Oh, watch the tree. I'm going to ski down here. I missed this tree again. I missed it again. And we'll go through that one. Score is going down as a result of missing the gates. Following the piste down the thing. He may be piste too. Oh no, I've crushed my ghoulies. It's not a very good start to the for poor Horace, but he's a brave boy. He's a brave boy. He can manage this. No, don't do that. Don't go back up on the height. If you go back up the height, you go to no score. Oh God, Horace! Horace! We got 10 points. Don't smash into that thing again, Horace, because you'll hurt yourself. We're good. We are good. And we got bonus 100. We lost 3,000 points. We got a bonus 100 because we're back at the ski hut. We're ready to go. We don't have to cross the road apart from to get to the ski slope. And we're going. We're there. It's just a lunacy. Little bumps of snow there. I think this is 16k actually as well, so it's also more impressive that it's 16k. I believe Hungry Horace is also 16k. I think Hungry Horace and Horace Goes Skiing both made it to the Commodore 64. Hungry Horace, of course, on the Commodore 64 has an editor, so you can design your own levels on Hungry Horace. Of course, level 3 on Hungry Horace is a monster. Because there's only one place you can convince the park wardens not to chase you. I always find it amusing about that game is that you ring the bell to terrify them. And when you do terrify them, this is the best bit about it. You terrify them and you then eat them and then you eat their lunch because they drop their lunch occasionally. It's a game about the cannibal instincts of the Horace and his the skiing Horace, the hungry Horace, his cannibal instincts. First, he beats them up when they're terrified, and second off, he eats their lunches. He's an animal. Oh, ambulance fee. I think I've got one more life because I've got nothing left, but I've got my skis in my hands, so we're all good. Let's go for it. We are going to. We're gonna die. And then the next episode of this was another classic line: "No money, no ski." Sorry, no money, no ski. You're not skiing here because you've got no money. That's the thing. But of course, the next version of Horace is Horace Goes to Hospital, where Horace is treated for massive sort of damage to his upper torso, his hair. He's got no arms, by the way. He's literally got no arms. He's got arms and he's got legs. Huge eyes, no mouth. Some kind of weird creature from the planet Horace. Right, and this last game, we're going to the last game now. Oh, whizzed through those. Got through this quite quick, actually. Quicker than I thought we'd do, with quite a lot, actually, as well. Anyway, if you want more, though, it's more on the channel. Feel free to have a little look. Those of you new to the channel will find there's plenty to look at. And be honest with you, you can watch them in any order you feel like. And those who've been here for donkey's years, go back a bit, because you tell you what, some of that older stuff you won't recognise how the changes up to what's on the tape have actually happened. They've changed over the years. We've changed quite a lot. There's so many episodes of it. It's just amazing to think. But anyway, this is a little bit of a vanity thing for me. This one, it's sort of a not vanity, more for me, because we're starting this again. So this is the new week. So this is a free game that was given away to buy. I don't know which magazine it was actually, but it was a magazine. But anyway, they gave it away. I can't see it because I can't see the tape deck through the top of it. This is I really like this one. It is a free Easter present from the people at Ocean, and I really wish there was. And I've seen repo versions of this where people have made a cover for it, a specific cover, and it looks really cool. But I really want to find somebody where I can get that made up and done. It would be awesome. So it's called Road Race, and to be fair, I'd like this because I picked it out of the box and somebody bothered to try actually draw a little road race on the front of it, a little road and race, and a sort of a picture of the car and the shape of it. And they've actually mentioned quite a lot of effort there. Although the car in the front there is no representation of the Formula One style car or Indy car that's in there. Now I quite like this. I would call this akin to something like Continental Circus. The idea being that time doesn't matter as such, because you have got gas in this, which goes down as you travel. Time doesn't matter, but what does matter in this is passing cars. So you keep passing them to get up and up and up and up and up. I used to spend quite a lot of time on this as a kid. I quite like this one. I mean, I'm not a big... I don't know an awful lot about cars. I like pretty things that are cars, but I don't know a lot about cars. I know how to put fuel in them. I know when they're not working properly, and I know when they're... and I understand the principle of cars and other things, but I don't really do cars. I don't... if I bought a pretty car, it would be because it looked pretty. I know. I'm sorry. If you're a car guy, I do really apologise for my sort of. I have other interests. I like Spectrum games, and if you're here, you also like Spectrum games. Oh, I hope you do anyway. Or 8-bit games, or actually a bit of nostalgia from the 80s and 90s. I love a bit of nostalgia from the 80s and 90s. I feel like it was a much nicer time. I'll be honest. I feel like there were a much nicer time, even if there was a serial killer on Bullseye. But the point is, I feel it was a much nicer time, and it's kind of nice. Nostalgia is a very powerful drug. I quite enjoy it. But anyway, cars. I'm not big, but not big understanding. I mean, I've got into a little bit into collecting Hot Wheels at the moment. You may have seen them on my sort of community side of my channel and stuff like that. You may have seen them, but I've got a little bit into that. But I hate to say it, it's because I like what it looks like. It'll be like the colour. I'm not particularly collecting it for any other reason. I'm like, literally, it's like that one's orange and it's got really like flary arches on it, and it's got really nice wheels on it, and it's got like nice patterns and numbers on it. Or that one's blue with white stripes on it, and I like the white stripes. And that's how that's pretty much the level of my real understanding. I understand very little otherwise on these things. But this game, I just wished it had been released in some other format as well. I know it's a free Easter gift from Ocean. I guess they felt it wasn't good enough to sell on their range. However, we just played plumbing Knight Rider, and that sucks. I mean, it really does. There is no other way of describing Knight Rider, and I'm still convinced there's another version of Knight Rider by the window, or it could be Street Hawk. Could be two versions of Street Hawk. If you know, put it in the comments below, because I really, really want to know, because I have no idea, realistically. But they released this, which I think is a better game. I think this is better. If you'd put Bloomin' Kit in the front of that, by the way, and the fact that you were travelling down the road, you'd have worked. In fact, I would speculate that a better Knight Rider game would have been a sort of, I think, did I say this already? I don't know if I did. But a top-down version of it. So imagine Spy Hunter with Kit, be able to sort of ram through certain cars and whatever else it is, and then come across, just travelling down the road, sort of, picking up hitchhikers or something like that and delivering them to wherever they need to go. But yeah, something like that, and showing us the level. So, has that fast forwarded? It has. Right, let's get the keys defined first. We'll go from there. Spacebar, I think it is. Space, enter. Left, right, brake, throttle. I like this game as well because, I'll tell you why, there is, and I'll show you the sound, there's a two gears thing, so there's a low and high at the top of the screen there in the centre, and you start in the low, but to get to accelerate to high, you have to tap down the accelerator again to accelerate to high, and all we've got to make is position 600, and I've tapped it, and we're accelerating, 650. So that's all we have to make to finish this level. So we just basically have to keep overtaking cars before the start and the finish at the bottom of the screen there. The bottom sort of left on the screen there. You can start and finish. But we've got to get to 650 before the start and It's before that happens, which is cool. Okay, and on. Here we go. We are going for it. And we're going for it. And we're going to get to 650. We're doing quite well. I'm almost halfway. I'm at 654. About to get 53. The more you take off it, the better it does. But Continental Circus works the same way. Basically, you just got to get to a certain position in the game. There's a few games like this, actually. I quite like this as a concept. And then there's no racing. All you're racing against, you've got time at the top for the whole length of time playing it. And fuel is obviously a gauge which gets increased as you go along. But I quite like games like this. I quite like the idea of being able to sort of go along this. And I used to spend quite a long time playing this one. I think it was as a game that came in a magazine. I think it's really good. You can also work out where the cars are going, because if they're going to come across, they come across, or they move back to their original position. It's kind of cool. I used to play it so much that I used to be able to get to the point where you go to the next level, and you'd already be at the number that you needed to be at, because you could take off that much. I mean, I've literally taken 25 off here so far. Let's tell me how many you need. Qualified 626. Let's see what it says the next one. 610. I only have to do 16 cars. I'm literally on top of this. And I think it's night driving now. There's lights in the sky. And it's just enough. It's adequate. It's adequate. It looks great. Or I think it does. I think it looks just the right amount to be playable, and I think I mustn't be the only person who was affected enough by this, because the fact that people make a repo cover for it of some sort, or a modern day cover for it, and that it's actually a game that still as a cover tape is quite sought after. I mustn't be the only person who found this a really spectacularly good game for a magazine cover release. I don't think I was the only person who thought that. The level of difficulty doesn't really ramp up much, I'll be honest. It really doesn't. I don't remember it being very difficult. I don't know what happens when you get to position 1, though, by the way. I've no idea. There's no sort of backstory as far as I remember. It's just an arcade game. It's like Pole Position or similar from Atari. Or Sega's sort of Outrun, but without the changing directions, just pure racing. Crazy Cars maybe as well. That's another good example. I always liked Crazy Cars for the fact that the cars would change, and we were all obsessed by the Lamborghini Countach and the Ferrari Testarossa. Those were amazing cars at the time, and we used to love that. To be fair, it was such a great time for sort of cars. I remember having, as I said, don't know much about cars, but I like pretty things. So I would have books on cars as a kid, of supercars that I would like. I'll be honest though, this probably tells you that maybe no class at all. It was always the Porsches that I liked. I always think Porsche looks like a very a mechanical car that were not mechanical, but just a well-built car. It just struck me as that kind of thing. Yeah, always struck me as that kind of thing. It's a sort of a well constructed, engineered car, even back in the 80s and 90s. There you go. I'm well under this time round. 579. I bet you I've already qualified for the next one. Yeah, I'm 9 away from qualifying. Icy level. There we go, accelerating. Nearly 400 miles per hour these cars can go. Lovely. Crashing into them is not a good idea. Keep on going. We're already there. Nope, not yet. Okay, we fell back. Okay, maybe it is ramping up the difficulty just a little bit. Not too bad. Right, here we go. We're past them. Halfway point. Yeah, I quite liked this as a kid. As I said, really enjoyed sort of playing this racing game. There's not much more to see, though, I'm afraid to say. That's it. That's all there is to it. It doesn't do anything else. So, all I'm going to say is that we can have a little look at this next week. Are you ready for some more games next week? Are you ready for it? I'm going to load them all. They're gonna happen. We're going to find some more fantastic stuff. So please feel free to like and subscribe. And as I say, we will find some more fantastic stuff next week. Like, subscribe, hit the old bell notification so that you can see, so that you know it's coming up. And yes, you get bombarded by about a billion things that I do weekly, including lovely indie games, other titles from the Mega Drive to the Spectrum to the Amstrad to the Commodore to the PlayStation to all kinds of wonderful sort of some nostalgic things and a bit of arcade action as well to go with it. So yeah, stick around. Thank you for joining me. It's been a lovely day. I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed seeing you all back. I hope you missed me and that you're looking forward to many more episodes. So I think I've got about 28 years worth of what's on the tape. So you better brace yourself and get tucked in for all of it, because it's going to be a long ride for all of us. Anyway, I've been your host. I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.